CNN Politics, White House aides prep $3 trillion job package. $3 trillion, another job package that's gonna be huge. It is gonna be crazy. I mean, oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my God.
I mean, he's spending money like he's got a stolen credit card. I mean, listen, I am all for helping the American people, and I'm certainly glad to see this. But just like most of the bills that Democrats put forward, and especially people like Joe Biden and Barack Obama and the modern day Democrat Party, they're gonna put a lot of things in that bill that have nothing to do with jobs, right? Because I guarantee you that most of this bill is gonna be for people who are Joe Biden's friends, people who are political allies of certain people, and I guarantee you that most of this supposed bill will not go towards the people that it was intended to go towards. All right, so let's go ahead and check this piece out. White House advisors are expected to present a two-part, $3 trillion jobs and infrastructure proposal to President Joe Biden as soon as this week, according to two people familiar with the plan. The proposal, which Biden's top advisors have been deliberating over for weeks, would be segmented into two separate parts. One focus on infrastructure and clean energy, and a second focus on what's being termed the care economy, with the focus zeroed in on key domestic economic issues. You know, I have to call bullshit.
That's bullshit. Stop lying.
I have to call bullshit, right? Because I want you to see how this bill is already being presented. Now, CNN is telling you that the bill is supposed to be about jobs, right? But then they already adding in infrastructure and clean energy. Could those not be separate bills? Could those not be separate bills? Why do so many terms, so many things have to be pushed into one singular bill? See, that's the question that I gotta ask, and things that I gotta know, because it just seems to me, like a very, very strange thing.
It seems to me a strange thing
that the modern day political bill has everything in it except for what the bill is actually named after, right? Like, for example, they will name a bill after Save the Kittens and Children Act, right? But then they have provisions in there about drone striking people in like Libya. It's like, what does that have to do about saving kittens and freaking children, right? But they will name these bills after certain things so that you can't resist them, you can't oppose them. That's the point of them giving them certain bills. So whenever a bill is named the "If you oppose this, you are not American" Act, or some shit like that, or the Save America Act, or the America First Act, or shit like that, whenever the more beneficially hyperbolic the name of a bill is, that's when you should worry. That's when you should worry, because you don't. If a politician wants to do something, right, they don't bother using fanciful words like this. They don't bother using fanciful words like this. In full, it would make a sweeping move towards enacting the key elements of the jobs agenda that Biden laid out in part during his campaign for president, with the suite of potential tax increases on corporations and the wealthy as options to finance any longer-term spending in the final proposal. The proposal was first reported by the New York Times. White House officials stressed that no final decisions about the final path forward have been made at this point. Biden still has to review the proposals and plans to consult heavily with Democratic leaders in the Senate, Chuck Schumer, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, about the scale and legislative sequencing of the next key pillar of his agenda. It is very, very interesting. It's a very, very strange thing that these bills, notice how when people were shouting about how come the COVID relief for American people, how come that couldn't be passed as a separate bill? How come if you're focusing on jobs, why is there so many things in the bill that has nothing to do with jobs? I'm going to keep hammering that, because it's just a very, very strange thing.
It seems to me a strange thing.
And it makes me very, very suspicious. It makes me very, very suspicious. President Biden and his team are considering a range of potential options for how to invest in working families and reform our tax code so it works so that it rewards work and not wealth. White House Speaker Press Secretary Jen Psaki said in a statement. Those conversations are ongoing, and so any speculation about future economic proposals is premature and not a reflection of the White House's thinking. It's just odd to me that they're being so cryptic with this. And you're already seeing things in the bill that have very little to do with jobs. If you're focusing on jobs, then how come you couldn't pass the $15 minimum wage? I mean, what's the point in people getting a job if it's not a living wage? See, that's what makes what Joe Biden is doing that much more suspicious. See, that's what makes what Joe Biden is doing that much more suspicious, because if you care so much about the working man and the working family, how come you haven't passed more tax cuts for the working family? Why?